Hello, fellow robots out there in internet land. I am Supertron, and welcome back to the next episode of Titancraft Season 6 here on Tango Tech's Patreon server. Guys, if you are interested in joining me here on Tango Tech's Patreon server, the link is down in the description. It's an amazing community. We do amazing things here, as you can see from our last episode, where I showed off a ton of that stuff. If you haven't watched that, maybe after this episode, you go watch that episode. You know, little self-plug there. I don't know. But we're starting off today, guys, inside our little hot springs kind of sauna spa area. And 2 episodes ago is when we did this, and it looks a little bit different if you remember back. A lot more white blocks in here. Cash had this idea to come back through and replace a lot of the grays out of the ceiling and walls, and replace them with like mushroom stems and diorites and yeah, that stuff, concrete powder in various locations as well. And I think it turned out amazing. I love what she's done like, I usually don't think this way when it comes to doing stuff like this. I stick with the tried and true gray block scale of, palette. But what Cash has done in here is just super amazing. And I gotta say, these mushroom stems are like some of my new favorite blocks. One cool thing I noticed earlier is just how dark the basalt in the ceiling looks. It looks almost black. Up against all this new lighter textures in front of it, and I just love what she did in here. I'm kind of jealous of her thinking in this regard, because I couldn't think of something like this. I think it turned out great, and tons of props to Cash, because it must have taken hours of work to go through block by block and hand place all that stuff. But that's what she's done. That's what Cash has been up to. What I've been doing is, in addition to digging a bit more at the public slime farm to help out JP, I have been making more arcs. I think we're only down to 3 of them left in the shop. So I have 27 more nearly ready to go. I just have to combine the stuff up. But we've got our picks, we've got our sword, there's a bow somewhere over here. Everything that's in this shulker is over there on the wall. So this is what players get if you haven't seen these before. We're selling them in our shop, and because we only have 3 left, I absolutely needed to resupply, because I have a feeling the above is going to open very soon. Don't know when yet. Hopefully it's sometime soon. I don't know. There's a lot of planning that goes in that the mods have to do, so, I'll patiently wait and keep selling these bad boys. But in today's episode, guys, I have a bunch of little projects I want to work on. There's a lot of quality of life things I want to take care of at our base, some stuff down underneath with some redstone-y bits, but the first thing we're going to do involves that little dirt box over there. You see, I realized while making these arcs that I am sick and tired of traveling to Sham's trading hall to trade stuff. So we're going to use these bad boys today. We are going to make a villager breeder first and foremost, and we're going to put it right over here. There's a rule on Titancraft, I think I've mentioned it before, where you can only have 50 entities within a 128 block kind of radius around the player. So our 128 blocks ends, I think here. I think this torch goes out to 130. And this space right here is like equal distant between where I AFK at our base and also where our raid farm is, where we have some more entities. So this is the perfect location to do all of this. I'm not going to be constrained by those rules, which is fantastic, because I have a whole new kind of area where I can build in. So I'm going to build a quick little villager breeding setup over here. And I think, not right now, but maybe a little later on, I'm going to build a temporary trading hall, because of these restrictions, we are very limited on how many villagers we're going to be able to have, and I want to ensure I get maximum efficiency out of these guys, especially the librarians. I'm going to need every librarian to have multiple good trades, but I don't have anything on me right now, so I need to grab my stuff. I got everything organized already in some shulker boxes to build this quick little villager breeder, but let me get that all constructed and get going, and then we can move on to the next project of the day, which is predominantly going to take place in here, actually. So let me get some stuff together, and I will be back with you guys shortly. Our lovely little Logical Geek Boy villager breeder is now all complete. You can see it's going to town. We got a couple little dudes down there ready to go. I love this design. It's great, compact, super easy to build. It only takes about 20 minutes tops, which is why I built 2. Yep, we built 2 of these things. They're both running. Honestly, it took longer to wait for these 2 to grow up, because they were the first 2 that came out of this first one. Yeah, but everything's good. There's another little baby, and there's about to be another one born right here. The thing I like best about this design, too, is it's really easy to shut off. Just flip this lever. It extends those blocks, and yeah, no more villagers happen. But it needs to run for a little while. Cash was just here AFK, but the server reset. But I have other projects that I need to get to, so hopefully she'll be back to AFK in a few minutes to let this run for a couple hours. The next thing I wanted to work on is something I've been wanting to do for a while now, and that involves some stuff under our lava bowl. So I'm going to fly down here. And that is our excess cactus and sugarcane. So right now, I don't think I've shown this actually yet, but from our Furnace XP farm, the output comes this way, and then the kelp blocks are stored in here, and the cactus over here. And any excess cactus right now is going to end up here, and I've just been crafting it into bone blocks. There they are. Lots of them. And it's the same on this other side over here. It comes up from our sugarcane and creeper farm. The gunpowder is stored there, and the sugarcane here, and the sugarcane is 100% filled. It's, yeah. Hey, drowned buddy, I'm gonna kill you in a minute. Same thing goes on over here. It fills up. I've been storing bone blocks up top, and we have a lot of them. And it's one resource people seem to want a lot that nobody's really selling in the shopping district. So I'm going to start to do that here in a little bit. But I want to deal with that storage. That's literally how I have to get to it right now, and eventually all that access is going to be closed off. So what I'm thinking is something I've done in the past, and it's kind of like this little bone meal loader slash bone block loader. It's going to go right here in this wall, and then on the opposite wall by our sugarcane. And essentially what is going to happen is the bone meal is going to trickle down into a shulker, and once that shulker is full, it'll dispense it out. There'll be an empty shulker over here. I can take the bone meal out and craft it into bone blocks, and then once that's full, it'll break that box, put a new one in, and then the bone meal, or the bone blocks shulkers will be stored in a chest down here. I've got plenty of room back here. There's really nothing on the other side of this wall, if I remember correctly. Oh yeah, that's plenty of space. Oh yeah, this is going to be great. So I'm going to build this. I have to redesign some of this room, because these lights aren't going to work like that. But it's not that big a deal, because I rarely come in here. Actually, this is my prime AFK spot, is right here. I'm lying. I'm in this room all the time. It's the best spot to AFK to make sure the furnaces are all running and all that fun jazz, and our flying machines, which is something I want to work on after I finish this. But we'll get to that. Getting ahead of myself like I always do. So I'm going to build this thing right here. I've got tons of shulker shells to make shulker boxes for this thing, so I'm not worried about that. And it's probably a design I'm going to use for other things in the future, because I love the way this works. So let me build it. I'll show you guys how it all works, and then I will be back. My standard shulker loader slash unloader thing that I use is now all complete, and I figured, why have one when you can have two at twice the price? So that one over there is for our cactus, and this one here is for our sugarcane. And I thought I would set up a little demo to show you guys how this works. So right now we have a shulker that's mostly full with bone blocks. We've got spots for 3 more stacks, and then in this one we will get those 3 stacks. So what's going to happen is I'm going to pull out all 27 stacks of bone meal, and it's going to automatically break that shulker and then replace it with one that's already in the dropper here. So as soon as I pull these out here, magic happens. Break. New. Great. Filled with bone meal again. And then if I craft these 3 stacks up and I place them inside this shulker here, the exact same thing will happen. And it'll dispense a new empty shulker. It's science, guys. It works. Nexus built this thing a while ago. There's probably possibly more efficient designs out there, but this is the one I know, and it's tried and true. I had to make a couple modifications to ensure that it worked for 1.16, and it's mostly dealing with the redstone dots versus the cross. But essentially what's happening is that this shulker is being read by the comparator, showing that it's full or that there's some items in there, which is keeping everything powered nicely here. It's only when that shulker's empty that this redstone will turn off, which will depower this piston, which will send the signal back through, causing the piston to dispense, or excuse me, to break the shulker there. There we go. And then there's some other redstone here. So this one will get unpowered as well. The cauldron will come up that's full of water. It'll read the signal, and it'll send the signal into this dispenser right there. Let's get back in the hole, please. There we go. I've gotten pretty good at doing this, guys. But then up top is a similar system. So this little system here to load the shulker with bone meal is the same that I have here. So when this shulker is full, the inverse of this happens. It reads the signal, it sends the signal all the way through, causing that to break, and then causing it to spit out a new empty shulker, which is great. It's fantastic. I love this little setup, and I've got 2 of them now. I might have plans for some future ones, but that depends if I do some crop farms or not. I'm not 100% sold on doing that yet. It depends on some things. I don't know. We'll see if I do some pumpkin melon farms in the near future. Uh, the other thing Cash and I have been doing, though, is AFKing for a little bit at our double villager breeder of awesomeness right here. And we've got a lot of the guys right now. There's a ton of them. It doesn't look like there are, but there absolutely are. That guy right there, you can see there's probably 10 or so dudes right there. I think we've got around 40 villagers right now, so a little bit more AFKing here, and we'll be ready to start our temporary, guys, temporary villager trading hall. I don't have a design idea yet for a permanent one that's going to go here, but I absolutely want better villagers than what I'm dealing with at Sham's Place. But that's still on pause. I still need a few of those. So for now, we are going to deal with a couple of other things, quality of life things that I've wanted to do. And it's also going to be out here. So the first thing I want to do is I want to wire up our flying machines for our kelp farm over here. I've wanted to do this for a while. I have been triggering these things manually this whole time. I've just been going over there and punching a note block, that note block right there, and the flying machines will go. But I got to do that on all 3 levels. If I simply hit a button in here and send the redstone signal in there, though, it would make my life a ton easier. The other thing I want to do is hook up some more redstone from this room to turn off our creeper farm. I don't need it right now because we're still building up in our storage. But I want to be able to have a redstone line right here to power these redstone lines that will cause all of the sticky pistons to fire, which will extend them, which will make spawning impossible there. Like I said, I don't need that right now, but it's going to come in handy in the future once our storage is full. In the past, I had shulker loaders to put a ton of gunpowder into shulkers that we never used, which is why I've resorted to not needing as much gunpowder this season. And by needing, I mean not having, because we really don't need it. I've got a ton of it right now. What is that? Almost 10 double chests, and it's still filling up. It's going to take a while to fill all 30 of these because I built a ton of stuff on top of our creeper farm, which I knew would happen. And Cash is over here. She's just standing around. Oh! She's there. Hi, Cash. But yeah, all that stuff that I'm going to wire up right now is going to be in this room. And in the future, I do... Why are you in my way? In the future, I want to also turn on and off our sugarcane farms. So what I'm thinking is, like, probably right there is going to be a button for our kelp words. There's going to be our creepers, and there will be our sugarcane. So a nice little control room that I can put together just to make my life a little bit easier. So this shouldn't take me too long. It's literally basic redstone dust with repeaters. That's it. It'll be quick and simple. So I'll be back shortly, and then hopefully I AFK for a little bit, and we can get started on our temporary, like I said, guys, temporary villager trading hall. I am back yet again with another set of twins. In this case, some redstone lines. I realized that I've built 2 identical villager breeders, somewhere over there. I built 2 identical little bone meal loader things, also identical. So identical twins and identical twins. These bad boys are fraternal, though. They are 100% different. One of them is pretty and elegant and simple. The other one has a whole bunch of redstone spaghetti in the background. So this one is controlling our creeper farm. Really simple. Lever activates this redstone line, which powers the piston, which ultimately sends a redstone block down, which will power another redstone line underneath, shutting down our creeper farm. This one over here, though, is, yeah, it's just redstone lines, and this is literally just to trigger our flying machines for our kelp farm. It's super convenient. I've used it a couple times already. This one is just button powered, so let's see if I can... There we go. Yeah, sweet. Let's fly over there now. Kind of hard to see. But yeah, you can see him go. Hi? Hi? Hello? Hello? Where am I? There we go. Out we go. See, everything's working. All the flying machines are going. It's great. It's fantastic. I'm super happy I finally did this because, yeah, I've been needing that for a while. But in the background over here, I'm probably going to have to fix this later on. This is where the redstone line comes from. And then it splits off into multiple directions just to get these different flying machines on different levels going. Not my proudest achievement, but, I needed something simple and quick. I have done a bit more work though, also at our little villager breeder. We've got probably around 45 or so villagers ready to go, and I wanted to get this base work done before I did anything else. So this is my little mechanism I'm going to use to decide if I want to. Those are loud. What I want to do to see if I want to. Let's turn that way down. If I want to keep these guys or not. So I'm going to fully unlock these guys right here. So if I hit either this button or that button, in this case I'm going to do this one first. I should grab a villager, and yeah, there we go. Awesome. So I'm gonna fully unlock him as soon as he recognizes his little workstation here. And if I want to keep him, I just gotta flip this lever, and he'll go off eventually to our temporary trading hall over there. But if I don't want to keep him, he's gonna go this way, and we're gonna use a mechanism I've used at our creeper charged creeper farm to get them down. So if I don't want to keep him, this the activator rail is gonna kick him out of the minecart onto that block, and he is just gonna take a little trip. He's gonna take a little trip all the way down there. Yep, and he's gonna break his leg. It's fine. I don't want to keep him anyway. Yeah, I have a bit of work to do here. I want to build the same kind of design I did at Sham's Trading Hall over yonder. Like I said though, guys, this is gonna be temporary. I'm just gonna make this thing out of blackstone. I just need to get these guys unlocked so that eventually when I have my final trading hall, which is going to be over here somewhere, I just got to move the villagers in, and I don't got to worry about lowering trades or anything like that. So yeah, plus entities, it's going to be great. But I have to do this for a while, and I hasn't recognized anything yet. Where's the sun? Oh boy, I actually need to go get some materials because I have nothing to trade with these dudes, and I'm pretty sure I need paper and emeralds at a minimum, probably some books as well. But let me actually, you know what? I'm sorry, dude. I'm not ready for you yet. You're gonna get eaten by a zombie anyway. I? Sorry, dude. Hmm, that's sad. I gotta build this thing first before I do any of this other stuff. So I will see you guys in a little bit. Not but a few seconds later, and a happy accident has happened. Because when they're down there and these blocks are moved, they're open to skylights. They just burn in the daylight. So that's kind of fantastic. I just thought I would share that with you guys because it surprised me very quickly, and I'm super happy that this happened. I don't have to do anything now. This is great. Honestly, this is amazing. Just like most things I do, this took considerably longer than I thought it would. Like way longer, and I'm kind of running behind because I have an idea for next episode. Oh, I can't even get into this place anymore. I have an idea for next episode, and it's kind of time dependent. But finally, after about 3 additional days, I have nearly every book trade. I think I'm missing three. I'm missing the two fishing ones, Lure and Luck of the Sea, and then I'm missing Quick Shot. And I'm fine with that. I don't need the fishing ones since, AFK Fish Farms kind of went the way of the dodo bird. Uh, in recent updates, so not necessary anymore. And quick shot, it's whatever. Many people don't use crossbows. But I have everything else that I could possibly leave, and many doubles. And the big doubles I like having is mending around and then unbreaking. I have a few of those, which is nice because those literally go on everything. But I'm going to wrap it up here. I still have a ton of work to do, though. I need to get this side of the room populated. And I'm going to start with Masons. Uh, I'm limited by my ability to produce new villagers. I think I have about 8 or 9 right now, but I really want to get some good trades with those guys too. Multiple stone variant trades. And I still have to convert all of these guys down. I didn't do any of that. I just added in I gave new zombies with nice swords. I've got everything ready to do it. I'm just gonna do it all off camera because you guys don't need to see that stuff. Hopefully I come back. We're gonna probably start right here because I have a lot of trading to do because I have an idea and I want to implement it. But like I said, time dependent. But until next time, you guys have a good one.